there, this is Thuy Tran with Ferrari Lund Real Estate, and in continuing my October series about home care and maintenance, we have a special guest speaker here. This is Matt. He's with Airhart Limited. They do cooling, heating, and also plumbing.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Matt, for being here with us.
No problem.
Yeah, so can you give us some tips about, for example, this is a, we're actually at a property for a buyer that's buying this, and you just did a heating and cooling inspection for her.
Right.
What kind of tips would you have for her as a homeowner to keep, to maintain her home?
Yeah, so basically a little background real quick, because I know she wanted me to tell my background with Airhart, but basically it's a family business, and I'm the son of the owners, Kim and Jeff, and been doing it since I was little. My dad has taught me the trade basically, and they've been in business in Reno for about 15 years or so now, so long time. But basically we were doing today a home inspection on an HVAC system, and we go through the house and make sure everything on the heater and the air conditioner is working properly, and check for things like code issues or anything that may need to be repaired before the client moves in. So that's one big thing that we do. But for a couple tips, I would say the biggest for heating and air conditioning is your air filters in your house are very important to change. Also, just making sure that you have the correct size on your air filter and what air filters need to be changed in your house, and changing them every three months or every quarter or so. I know you said is a good time frame to write on your calendar, and make sure that you're changing them accordingly, because it causes lots of issues if you don't change them with both heating and cooling. So definitely want to make sure you're doing that.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so now what tips would you have for us as far as the cooling system? What was your suggestion for the buyer for this house as far as her air conditioner?
Yeah, so in this case, we basically went through and inspected everything on the air conditioner and run the air conditioner. But the biggest tips I would say as a homeowner is just making sure that the unit outside your condenser is operating normally, isn't making any weird noises that are abnormal, and checking conditions of things like the insulation on your line set outside. I do run into a lot of times where dogs and animals like to chew that stuff off, or it likes to fall off over time. So getting that insulated, re-insulated, so that it is working properly, and everything is correct on the air conditioner. That's my biggest tip for the AC. Other than that, just keeping the air conditioner set at a constant temperature year-round saves you energy-wise, and that's about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. But we also wanted to discuss about, you guys also do plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one of the big concerns is leaks.
Right.
So what suggestion do you have?
Yeah, certain houses are difficult compared to some, but because in this case, this house has a slab floor, so it's more difficult if you had a leak to repair. But leaks like faucets and things of that nature, it's really important to check under them once in a while. Make sure that you don't have any leaks underneath them that are something we could easily fix. And most importantly, I would say, is checking your water heater. Things, leaks out there can pop up when you're least expecting them, and it's definitely something you'd want to call someone if you do notice any water in your garage, around your water heater, or anywhere in your house that you don't normally notice. And draining your water heater is also a pretty important thing. We were talking about draining it at least once or twice a year is what I recommend. It keeps a lot of sediment and rust and stuff from growing inside the water heater, and it makes the life of it last a lot longer too. So
okay.
That's pretty much my tips on plumbing.
Oh, great. Well, how about just one more question, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about, basically you gave tips for the homeowner. So when is it appropriate for them? I mean, let's say if somebody's been at home for 5 years, when is it appropriate for them to call you guys out for an inspection?
I would say inspections are more of something that should be done before you move in, and the importance obviously of having an HVAC inspection, I would say, because a lot of times home inspectors don't quite know every little detail, or don't look at every little detail that we do when we come out. So I would say that's more important when you move in, but mainly just calling a licensed and certified technician on anything that you notice is wrong with your system, whether it's your air conditioner not cooling properly, your heater not turning on, or a plumbing leak like we discussed before. At that point, it's probably necessary to just call us out and have us look at it, and someone who is licensed in that and has more expertise, because there are a lot of homeowners that are very handy, but not all the time do they make repairs correctly. So it's always important, if you want to have a correct repair done in your house, to call out someone who's licensed.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much. Again, this is the 4th week in October. We started out with a home warranty specialist, and then the following week we had a home inspector, and then last week we had a fireplace inspector. So it's great to have you here, and then we have one more guest speaker, and that's next week. But thank you so much for your time and all your tips. And give us again the name of your company.
It's Airhart, or Airhart Limited, and if you have any questions, you can obviously reach us through her, or you can call our office at 775-848-9523. If you have any questions, give us a call.
All right, thank you so much.
No problem.
Have a great day, everybody.